Excited to have you out here today. We finally got the hay cut. We're in the first part of the process of making it, so I thought I'd bring you out here, and we're going to try a aerial survey today if we can. I brought a DJI Mavic Mini drone out. We're going to try to fly it around and get a bird's eye view of the fields a little bit. In case you don't know what haymaking's about, they cut the hay with a sickle to get a long cut on it. You can probably see how long some of those strands of grass are. He came through today and flipped it over to help get it dried out. Probably let it sit for another couple of days, and maybe put it in rows, and then we'll that'll make it easier for them to come by with the hay baler and make the big round hay bales. The 6-foot ones, I believe, is what he's doing this year. So anyway, yeah, I'm excited to get the drone out and maybe show you guys the fields a little bit better that way. I know we've done some on the ground stuff, but this way we can kind of get a bird's eye view of everything. So I'll get that set up next. Be a quick overview of what a drone is. It's the actual little craft itself that I'll fold out here in a second. Not very big. Like I said, it's pretty super simple to set up. These just rotate out, and then there's two on the bottom. Just kind of again rotate out. Open up the back for one of the batteries. Doesn't matter which one. I just want the contacts up here to hit the contacts right there. It probably only goes in one way. Make it a good snap in there. Close it up. So this is really kind of, once we turn it on, take this off. It's just a cover. You get a little better picture with that off. And then the controller is super simple too. You got your antenna that kind of just come out. These will come out to kind of hold your phone. Let me take the cover off the phone. It works a little bit better. It has some joysticks that are part of it too. You just screw those on. Pretty simple. And then it comes with a few different connectors for whatever different type of phone you have. So I'll plug one in into the phone and then one in into the controller. You got software, of course, on your phone, which does the controller. So I will hook up the phone next. So yeah, I'll probably just be doing an overdub of the videos from the actual drone itself. We're starting out in the middle field and heading towards the larger field. I'm not a drone expert, but trying to fly through the scap up here so that we can get a better view. Going to get a little height here, then kind of pan around so that you can see the field just a little bit better. While I was filming this, I thought, oh, this is a good way to also check to see if there's any trees or anything like that down in the field. Hadn't really had a chance to check on those since the grass was so high. It's kind of hard to make your way through it, but everything looked good from this angle. Flying through the gap again, just take us into the middle field. And kind of staying a little higher so we can get a good view of everything. Turning left here kind of brings us into a smaller field. As you can kind of see, we only got about half of this field cut. The uncut side, the terrain's pretty rough. It's not really good for cutting hay. Might go back through sometime and just disc that all up and plant some grass, or just leave it wild. Panning to the right, you can see another 5-acre field that's on the other side of the creek. Okay, last time we looked at the cut hay, and now the hay's been baled, and so we're gonna do another fly through here just to kind of take a look at the overall hay that's been cut as much as we can. And then at the end, we'll let you guys guess how many bales we got this year. So yeah, let's get the drone back out, and we'll take an aerial survey and see how it looks. Taking off again from the middle field. Getting a little bit better about flying this drone around, so kind of heading towards that gap a little bit faster than I did the first time. Just like I did last time, I'm getting a little bit of height here so we can get a better view. And I'll pan around a little bit so you can see all the hay that was cut, and maybe try to count them as you go past them. Okay, heading back to the middle field again. You can see how high I got with the drone, kind of above the tree line there. Helps really get a good bird's eye view, I guess, of everything. Kind of coming around to the small field now. You can see a hay bale or two down there, especially when I pan around. You can see a couple on the middle of the screen now. That's from another, just the field behind the workshop there, kind of a bonus hay bales. As we fly over that, we'll pan over to the 5-acre field and take a look at those hay bales. Okay, now we're just heading back to the starting point here in the middle field. Get a pretty good view of the hay bales, really, this angle. Okay, I hadn't had my drone out for quite a while, so I thought I'd practice some of my flying skills a little bit. Got some hay bales out there. Kind of looks like an obstacle course. So kind of what I'm doing. Ground kind of rises up a little bit there, so I have to watch the drone so it didn't hit the bottom. Just flying around the hay bales. Pretty fun. Okay, I found my target that I'm heading for here. Coming in kind of hot, but I see myself in my phone, so whoa, go a little bit too far. That's okay. No damage done. Okay, we took a fly through with the drone and looked at all the hay bales. Hopefully you were able to count them all. So let me know how many you think there are down in the comments. I will tell you last year we got 70 bales off of about 15 or so acres. So yeah, let me know. The only differences this year is we had a lot of rain. We did not fertilize. So yeah, let me know if you think the number is any different down in the comments. So next, it's a good thing not to leave these just sitting out in the field all year. So we'll come, he'll come and pick them up. We'll store them off to the edge by the road for a few days, and then he'll move them into a barn, and then eventually off to sell them. So still quite a bit to do. So this is the first major step, though, to actually see the product. So pretty cool. Hey, why should the drone have all the fun? Taking side by side through all the hay bales, just like a good old obstacle course. All right, just one final follow-up. I can see all the hay is out of the fields and it's off the property being stored, ready to be sold. So hay season's sort of officially over for this year. We'll get started next year. Hope you enjoyed watching all the hay making process over the last few weeks. So here's a quick step rundown of all the steps needed to do that. First thing is you got to grow some grass, right? So you can either fertilize or not, or apply herbicide or some pre-emergent. So think about what type of grass you want as well, especially if you're starting from new. We're just using a good old orchard grass, whatever's out there, Timothy or fescue, things like that that's out there already. Second part is you got to cut the grass. He had special equipment, sickle. There's some other ways of doing that. But you got to cut the grass and you're going to let it dry. So you need a good period of time to let that kind of dry naturally. And then he came through and he flipped it all over to help it dry out. So you got to have some special equipment to do all that. So dry that out. Then you come back through and you put it all in rows and come back through with a hay baler. So yet more equipment, expensive equipment for a farmer. I've come through and make those bales out. So when the bales were there, that's when we did our obstacle course. So it was a lot of fun. Got to fly the drone around, and which don't get enough time to do usually, but had a little fun out there and with the side-by-side out there. So maybe next year I'll plan a little bit better and have some races planned out for that. Then once can't stay out there forever, so move it out and either store it, or if you already have some place to sell it directly to, then you sell it. So for me, the farmer came and he cut the hay and did all this, and his payment was in the hay itself, so it's kind of a one-for-one exchange there. So what I got out of it was some nicely cut fields that you saw here at the end. I think it was well worth it if you think of all the time and effort that goes into it. I did about 15 acres of pasture ground, so worked out well for him. So next year we'll see about fertilization of the grass. We didn't get to this year because of the rain and everything, but look forward to that to next year. Hey, I really appreciate you guys watching, like I said, over the last few weeks, putting all this together and flying the drone around. So if you like watching what we do here on the property, and hopefully you can relate to what you're trying to do on your property, that'd be awesome. My little subscribe button should be popping up here in just a second. So if you don't mind, if you would, just subscribe. It should be a picture of me up there. It really helps. I enjoy seeing every subscriber pop up there. So, well, until next time for McG Farms, we'll see you.